The NFL offseason is buzzing with rumors, and one of the hottest involves DK Metcalf potentially joining the Los Angeles Chargers. With Justin Herbert needing another elite target, Metcalf's physical dominance and proven production could be the perfect fit to elevate their offense. As the Chargers are desperate for a reliable receiver, how would Metcalf thrive in their system? What might it cost to acquire him? And why might the Seahawks consider trading their star? Could this move transform the Chargers into serious playoff contenders? Let's explore this. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. You know, as soon as the NFL offseason begins, rumors start to spread. Thinking back to last year, right after Michigan defeated Washington in the national title, we had all those Jim Harbaugh rumors swirling. It's rare for rumors actually to pan out, but last season, we saw some of them turn into reality. This year, the speculation started even earlier. DK Metcalf potentially being traded to the Chargers. Now, DK Metcalf numbers last year weren't jaw-dropping, and Jackson Smith-Njigba was getting more targets from Geno Smith in Seattle. But here's the thing, this might actually be the perfect window for the Chargers to land a true WR1. Pairing Metcalf with mcconkey could create a dynamic 1A, 1B duo, and that potential is hard to ignore. Before we get into the trade costs and contract details, let's set the stage. Just a few days ago, it was mentioned how Metcalf to the Chargers would be one of the biggest moves of the offseason. When you break it down, the team's needs at wide receiver and the overall fit make perfect sense. Then came Jeremy Fowler's report, which added even more credibility to the possibility. Fowler's report includes input from an anonymous NFL coordinator, and that's where things get interesting. The coordinator mentioned the Seahawks can still get good value for him, and he could pair with mcconkey for a strong inside-out tandem. Justin Herbert to Metcalf would be scary. We think Los Angeles will be looking to help the quarterback in a big way. Even if there's some speculation in that quote, it's hard to ignore how everything aligns. The fit, the timing, and the team situations. And let's not overlook this. Diane Henley posted a photo with Metcalf from their Washington days. Coincidence that this happened just as the trade rumors heated up? Probably not. It feels like there's some momentum building for Metcalf to dye in powder blue, and I'm not just talking about his hair. Now, the excitement around pairing mcconkey with Metcalf is warranted. McConkey showed flashes of brilliance last season, especially during that 197-yard playoff performance. But one receiver isn't enough, and the Chargers need more firepower. Herbert needs a WR room that can thrive in January, not just the regular season. Adding a top-tier pass catcher, whether it's a wide receiver or a tight end, seems like the most impactful move. The goal is clear: help Herbert and the offense take that next step. Expectations have shifted. This team is no longer satisfied with just making the playoffs. It's about competing for a Super Bowl. Let's be honest, rolling out the same receiver group won't cut it. Take the recent playoff game against the Texans as an example. McConkey was phenomenal, but the rest of the receivers combined for only 40 yards. That kind of imbalance won't win games in January. Now, Metcalf isn't the only name being floated. T. Higgins is another intriguing option, and for 2025, he's right at the top of the list. But Higgins will command a massive contract, likely upwards of $30 million per year. While the Chargers have cap space, potentially over $100 million after some cuts, they have multiple areas to address. Metcalf presents a more budget-friendly option without compromising on talent. Now, let's address the skepticism about Metcalf. Some compare him to Mike Williams, but more expensive. That's not accurate. Metcalf's down year in 2024 was situational, not a reflection of his talent. Put him in a new system, with Herbert throwing to him, and you could see a return to elite production. Looking at his career, Metcalf has consistently produced, hitting or nearing 1,000 yards every season. His early years with Russell Wilson showcased his potential, especially during Wilson's prime. Even as Wilson declined and Geno Smith took over, Metcalf maintained solid numbers. The arrival of Jackson Smith-Njigba in Seattle shifted the dynamics, leading to Metcalf's lowest production since his rookie year. But that opens the door for him to thrive in a new situation, especially with a quarterback like Herbert. Financially, Metcalf's contract situation makes him a realistic target. His cap hit for 2025-26 is $31 million. But the Chargers would only take on around $17 million for this season. That's a bargain compared to what Higgins might cost. Seattle, meanwhile, could benefit from moving on, especially given their cap struggles and JSN's emergence. Metcalf's unique combination of size, speed, and red zone ability makes him a great fit for what the Chargers need. And with connections like Sanjay, who coached Metcalf during his most productive seasons, the transition could be seamless. Now, compensation will be key. Seattle might seek a second-round pick, but a third-rounder with some pick upgrades could also get the deal done. Either way, you're acquiring a proven WR1 entering his prime years at a reasonable cost. So, what do you think? Do you like DK Metcalf in powder blue? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.